Hey guys, welcome to the second night of Fearless. I'm so glad that you guys are on and I'm totally ready for you. We've been spending most of the day building the Fearless page for the Game Plan Oil script book. So I pray it's going to be a huge blessing to you when we launch all the media package tomorrow night. So what am I doing? This is only the second night that I've done it. So it can be a little bit overwhelming popping on and saying, okay, I don't need to understand what's going on here. I have written a brand new book. It's one that has been in my heart now for over 4 years. And especially during the pandemic, I felt that a real nudging that it was time to write it and get another tool in your guys' hand that would be one of the most powerful tools that I could put together for you. And all I know is that every time I have been teaching and doing product education, I have seen a rank up in Young Living. So there's a direct connection between product education and empowering people to learn how to use some of these products, paired with getting out there and getting in front of people and having those tools and the words to say. When you put a script in front of a leader, you empower them. And when I step back and I look at all of the network marketers that have done this so well and been so successful at network marketing, they're using scripts. If you look at the Eric Worreys and the Danny Johnsons and the Tony Robbins, they're all out there using scripts. So I just believe really, really strongly that when you give someone the words to say, they are going to go out there and blow up their business and they feel like they can do this business. I've had so many people say, gosh, I got the book in my hands for the first time and I felt like I could actually do this business. So a little story for me, I was traveling and I love, my stomach loves to go like the Stay Puft Marshmallow whenever I am on the road. And so I was teaching my own enzymes class. And as I was teaching it, I was teaching it and one of my leaders had all the enzymes out on the counter. I just kept taking them as I was describing the enzymes to people. And so I'm not really sure how many I took. I think I might have taken double of each of the four enzymes. And I noticed the next morning when I woke up, my stomach was flat. Like it had just helped me break down all of that food. And I was like, dude, I think I have found what I need to be doing when I'm traveling because this was so helpful to me. So it's collecting some of those stories and some of those testimonies and then giving you the science and the data and the words behind the classes so you understand how to use Young Living 600 products. So what are we training on? Well, there's 4 books. These are the first 2. This is the Game Plan Oil script book, and this is the companion workbook. We get to break the workbook out tomorrow for the first time during boot camp. And the Fearless class has never had any worksheets with it before. So if you want to really get every drop out of the 25 scripts in the script book, the workbook is going to be your best friend because it really goes through and pulls that content and makes it applicable for your team. So one of the things we're working on developing right now, and we're going to do the best we can. There's just a few of us doing development. So I'm like a one-man mom and pop show. But one of the things I'm trying to develop is some graphics that you can share from the workbook that will give your team like 15 days of action steps to do to really bring these scripts and these classes that you're teaching to life. So those will eventually be part of the marketing packages that we release that are free. And then there's the oiler edition or the teacher's edition. So I don't know if you've seen this bad boy, but it's super awesome. On the inside, you can see all of the scripts are with full color dividers. So it's easy to just pull out exactly what you need. The font is bigger, it lays flat. You can take out just one class and teach off the one class. So that's how I've designed this book to be used for business builders, is just an easier, more efficient way of trying to teach rather than holding up a book, while you're reading. And then the last component, and this one we haven't done hardly any training on because it's brand new, is the mini. So this is the very first mini that I have developed that is a marketing tool for you. So we've got the Game Plan Mini. That one draws leaders into your business. I personally have used the Game Plan Mini to bring over 800 leaders into my business. Then there's Fearless. Fearless is amazing because it trains the why behind the lifestyle. So people understand. I mean, you can hand them a pamphlet about the starter bundle, but they don't really grasp the importance of clean living until they sit down and start label reading and start looking at the amount of poison that's in their home. And then they step back and say, whoa, I didn't even realize I had this much here. And so Fearless is just an eye opener, and you can use Fearless in the script book mini interchangeably. This is the first one that I have designed that markets what you can do. So if you open the first cover, it's going to show all 25 classes from the script book. I don't know how many people on your guys' teams have only come to one class, but for me, it's been a lot of people. So you have a window like this big where you can really get their attention. Maybe they show up because they're excited about a seedlings class, and then they look inside the mini and realize you teach a hormones class. And they go flip to the mini and they read the little blurb about that class and they get very excited and they come back asking you for that class. So it's designed to show off what you can teach. So I use these to get people to come to my classes. I'm using them right now to mail to my people on my team that have not been to classes in a while, and it's engaging them. They're getting excited, and people are showing up that have not been showing up in the past or haven't been showing up at least for the last year. So you can get any of these books on Amazon, or except the teacher's edition. They won't print without a binding, so that you have to get on my website. Or you can go over to oilabilityteam.com and grab them there. If you get them in bulk, they're steeply discounted because I believe in making affordable business tools so that you can duplicate it across your team and your leaders can turn around and grab a script and teach a class, and it ain't no thing. It's easy. So the nice thing is that all of the PowerPoints are going to be released with every single script every time we teach a new class. So tomorrow night, we will have the Fearless PowerPoint that I'm finishing up tonight. Will be uploaded to my website, and you will be able to teach off of it. And it's going to be just an amazing tool. So let me share my screen, and I'm going to show you how to find all of the things that are on my website, and then we'll jump right into the last of Fearless. So if you go over to oilabilityteam.com, you will see the script book right here, and you can click on it. I don't know if you guys have noticed this yet, but we actually made a bundle. That's just an easy button for you to be able to share. And so this is one of the diamonds came to me and said, Sarah, could you just throw it all in one place so I just can click on it and give the link to my leaders and they can just go and get everything. And not only that, but we discounted at 10%. So you can get a teacher's edition and an Oilers edition and a workbook and minis, and it's discounted 10% when you get it all together. So if you're looking to get your leaders on board with you, to get out there, start teaching, get some OGB growth in your team, this is a wonderful place to send them because it's just everything in one spot. If you go to share and you go to the game plan script book, you will see that we have just started a whole section for boot camp. So here it is, game plan oil script book boot camp. Here's the first 5 classes I've already taught. So 101 oils, 102 thieves, 103 NASHA, 104 CBD, 105 the kids class. Fearless is right here, and tomorrow we're going to have a whole bunch more uploaded to this site. So right now the calendar is up there, and the 4-page script is up here as well. And we're going to be putting the blank slides up there and the videos showing you how to teach your classes. We're going to be adding the coloring sheets, so you can print those off for your team, do a coloring challenge. We're going to be putting social media shareable graphics up here, textable class, and then the entire PowerPoint will be free. This is the last class that I'm able to type all the text underneath, because after this, we're outside of copyright. So what I'll do is I'll put a PowerPoint together. It'll have videos, it'll have all the headers. You'll just have to pull the script out of the script book to be able to teach the classes, but everything will be in one place for you as a downloadable, professionally designed PowerPoint. So let's go over to Fearless. And we're going to jump right back in with where we left off. So we talked about sharing your story and an oiling curve to learning, setting the stage for wellness and how oiling is a lifestyle. We talked a little bit about seed to seal and where the farms are and bioavailability of using oils that are, supplements that are infused with oils. Talked about how to play with your oils. And I showed you the scavenger hunt video, which I haven't played on this page in probably 2 years. Not fearing the oils and a little safety. And then we talked about top notes, middle notes, and base notes and volatility. And then we went through all the different ways of using oils aromatically. So hand cupping, diffuser jewelry, spritzers, as cleaning and fresheners, the diffuser. And we talked about 2 different types of diffusers. And I played some videos for you from Young Living that show you how to use some of the diffusers. We talk about the benefits of diffusers and how do you know which oil to pick when you want to put something in the diffuser? Like, how do you know what to grab? How often do you diffuse? Then we talk topical tips. So what if I see redness? We did a whole section on carrier oils, photosensitive oils. So if you're not sure how to use Fearless, this is usually the second class that I teach people. So I will teach whatever they're interested in first. Maybe it's seedlings, maybe it's Gary Young, maybe it's hormones, maybe it's massage, whatever they're most interested in. And then this is the second class that I teach to just kind of give them that ground laying of safety and essential oils and how to utilize our products to the best that they possibly can. We talk about where to put oils, so I give them a little anatomy lesson. And then there's two types of topical applications, so layering and blending. How to come up with layering combos using compresses, how to do blending, massage, how to use them in the shower. We did a little DIY video and then gave some topical tips around the house. Then we transitioned into eternal use and I went through all of the vitality oils and in the kitchen and other ways to use it. And tonight we're going to focus on emotional oils, and then we wrap up this class and I'm going to do a little training on the mini as well, which is pretty exciting because we get one night a week to train on the mini. So every Tuesday we'll do a class. This week is Fearless. Next week is Oils of the Bible. So you're not going to want to miss that in the launch of the PowerPoint. Then on Wednesday, I'll train on the mini. And if we have some left over of the class from the day before, we'll finish that up. And then Thursday, we break out all the workbook training. So emotional oils are one of the most commonly underused aspects of oiling. I'm going to present you with two different quotes from fellow Diamond Rhonda Pavano from her book titled Conquering Toxic Emotions. It's a wonderful book. I recommend you go grab it. So quote one says, unresolved emotional experiences are recorded in cellular memory, DNA, and remain there as live programming until they're dealt with. These unresolved emotions can be stored anywhere within the human body. The definition of emotional is any feelings of joy, sorrow, fear, hate, or love, and any strong agitation of the feelings, usually accompanied by certain physiological changes, such as increased heartbeat or respiration, crying, or shaking. So there it is in print. Emotions may cause physiological changes to the human body. So we always think, oh yeah, it's just something I feel and then it's gone. You know, I cry and then I'm okay. Well, no, we actually have evidence that those emotions are stored and they lead to a physical response in the human body. Quote number two, you may experience stress, tension, anxiety, depression, chaos, and other negative feelings without considering how they affect you emotionally and physically. These negative feelings lower your body's frequency and the body's electrical system. This weakens the body's ability to fight off infection, sickness, and disease. Negative thinking can lead your mind into toxic thinking, which has a serious effect on your body. If you have a hard time letting things go and you can't seem to shake grief, and you've had bad memories haunt you, or you're tormented by certain emotions, it may be worth looking into the feelings collection. So the names of the oils in this line are self-explanatory: harmony, release, inner child, forgiveness, present time, and valor. So we're going to wrap up now. We were this close to the end of the class last night. Never stop playing. That's my message to you, Fearless. Never stop playing. So we've touched on aromatic, topical, internal, and emotional oils. We have an entire class on the feelings collection in the script book. So if that's something that you really are excited about, you don't want to miss that night of training. So what are the rules to oiling? Well, let's rehash it. If you have a headache, dilute it or get some fresh air. If you have redness on the skin, have a carrier oil ready. If you don't notice any changes, you may not be using enough oil. So how much oil do you use? Well, it's going to depend on your biochemistry of your body. It's going to depend on what you've been exposed to. So forget everything that you know about dosage, because it doesn't apply in the oils world the same way. We're talking natural health and plants, toxins, hydration, chemical exposure, stress, sleep levels. All of that are some of the factors that can affect the amount of oil that the body wants. The bottom line is that if you keep experimenting and keep playing, you're going to find the answer that you need. So before we wrap up, let's take a look at some of the top uses for the 12 oils in the premium starter bundle. For frankincense, you can drop it on the back of the neck as a natural perfume. It's relaxing, calming, helps to promote positivity. Vitality frankincense is really good for the immune system. It's good for skin. And this is my favorite oil to add into the Art Gentle cleanser. Lavender, you can inhale in cupped hands for relaxation, add to Epsom salt for a bath. Vitality lavender is really good for respiratory support. It's really, really a great oil for your hair. So add it into your shampoo. I will tell you, it's not a great oil if you have color. So lavender can be stripping to the hair, but Valor is very good for the hair, which is kind of funny, right? If you look at lavender, it's a clear oil. Valor has got blue tansy in it. It's a purple oil. Have you ever been to a salon and you get a purple shampoo? Whenever I get my hair colored, I will take an entire bottle of Valor and I dump it in my shampoo. and it works like a purple shampoo. It's pretty neat. But lavender, I don't recommend you do that. For lemon vitality, this is my favorite surface cleaner. I put extra lemon in my thieves cleaner because I just love it. I use it to wash my produce. It gets sticky goo off things. Apply it to your feet before you wear high heels, and you will thank me for that little tip a little bit later. Also, I use it as a stain stick for clothing. Peppermint Vitality has a real cooling effect on the body, so put it to the back of your neck when you're really hot. We were 97 degrees in South Carolina today, so you can see I got a little redness on me. Check that out, right? I just blinded you moving my shirt over, but you guys want to see that up close. I'm gonna show you up close, right? Here we go. Oh, Wonder Woman. Right? That's legit, right? That's totally legit. So what I would tell you is if you're getting a little bit hot, one thing that you could do is put a little peppermint this summer on the back of your neck, and it's going to cool you off. This is really good for mental clarity, helps assist in mental alertness. I call this my highway hypnosis oil because it's really good if you're just like clocking out when you're driving. Digest Vitality, I like to call this my my oils version of activated charcoal. So if your tummy's upset, put some in a capsule and take it. It's stimulating. It's good for re-energizing you. This is actually a really good oil to use in the garden. Gary, one of his designs for this oil was to help get stuff that's in the soil out of it. So we don't spray in our house. I have an organic garden that's booming outside right now, but my neighbors spray their yards, and I don't want that stuff on my organic plants that we're eating. And so you can actually take some Digest, and it'll help get some of that out of your soil. Just add a little bit to the soil. Panaway, you can use this with physical activity. It's cooling, stimulating, good for massage. Add it to the tailbone if you're trying to warm up before you exercise. If my feet are achy when I get home, if I've been on my feet all day, rub it all over your feet and rub it on the neck and shoulders and temples if you have tension. If you have like a knot in your shoulders, it's really good. Purification, I love to put this whenever I get fresh flowers, put it in the water. It makes them last like twice as long. You can add it to baking soda for a carpet freshener, drop it in smelly shoes. It's great on dryer balls, add it to Thieves laundry soap. This is a really good oil for getting rid of smells. So pet smells, BO, House of Boys, Sports, Dirty Laundry. You can add it to a cotton ball and put it in air vents, right next to the air vents, especially if you're in hotels. So V6 or Raven is the oil of breathing. It is so good. It's relaxing, uplifting. Rub it on your chest and your back. You can put a few drops in the bath or the shower and apply it to your chest and wrist and just see how you feel. Stress away, relaxing, calming, creates a peaceful sleeping environment. Use it as a linen spray. Roll it on before you shop with your kids. Can I get an amen? Hallelujah. Also helps you with butterflies. This is a really good oil if you're scared. So before I have to go on stage and speak, this is an oil I love to do. This is my favorite anti-road rage oil. It is my number one oil for diffusing in the car because my kids literally go from this to that. It's amazing. Thieves Vitality, you got cleaning power plus an irresistibly spicy scent. You can refresh some musty carpets, diffuse it for feelings of peace and security, gets rid of odors. It's really good for your immune system. So you can put some drops in water and take it that way. You can add it to oatmeal, granola, cereal, hot drinks. I already gave you my favorite Thieves internal vitality recipe earlier in the class, but I'll give it to you again. If anything's up with your nose, you got the drip drip going on. I love to do 10 drops of Thieves Vitality, 8 drops of oregano vitality, and 2 drops of frankincense vitality hourly. So give that a shot and then report back to me how you feel. Peace and calming. I had to have my hand stitched back up. I lacerated my hand and had glass go almost completely through my hand last November, right as I was writing the script book, right? I got great timing on that one. So I had to type the second half of the book with one hand. While they were doing the stitches in my hand, the shots they gave me didn't really take, and I could feel it. And so I had peace and calming like up my nose and was breathing it in. And it was crazy. I could not believe how good it is at lowering your stress. Like I should have been like screaming at the room that I was in, and I didn't. So, don't underestimate the power of the emotional oils. They're pretty incredible. Valor is still my number one oil of all time. I can never, ever get enough of this oil. I'm always craving it. I carry about 4 or 5 bottles with me whenever I travel. I go through it like crazy. I'm convinced I wouldn't have done the business in Young Living had it not been for this oil, because I went through an entire bottle of it when I taught my first 101 class because I was so scared. So this is the oil of bravery and courage. It was used by the Romans in their bathhouses before battle, and it was how I taught my first class. So what's next? You got a huge playground ahead of you. I mean, millions and millions and millions of uses. And I know when I see you guys at convention and we are back in person, you're going to be grabbing me in hallways and saying, Sarah, guess what? I did this with an oil and I did this with an oil and I have never done it in my life. And you're going to be teaching me new things. And that's what I love about the oils is we rub off on each other and we share our experiences, like me with the enzymes while I was traveling, right? I mean, it would make sense. You're not digesting your food the same way you are when you're home and you're in your routine, right? So there's just so much to try. So check out the checklist at the end of each chapter because they're going to give you some ideas on how to move forward. And you start by adding oils to your loyalty rewards order monthly and just keep on playing. So getting signed on to loyalty rewards is the best favor that you can do for yourself if you haven't already, because you get 10% off of your already discounted wholesale pricing right from the get-go. And then after 4 consecutive months of purchasing 50 PV, which is point volume, you get 20% back. And after 25 months, you get 25% back. So that's a huge discount. Between that and the wholesale discount, that's almost 50% off of your oils. So not to mention, you're also able to earn free oils on a monthly basis just for hitting certain tiers in Young Living, for spending 190 PV, 250 PV, 300 PV. It is the best bang for your buck. So get yourself stocked and go play with your oils. And remember this, it's not about being an expert because nobody's watching your oil's growth except for you. So how do you do this? Pick a different thing to try once a week. Maybe you make up a blend between now and the oils of the Bible class. Maybe you add a new oil to your diffuser. Maybe you try making a face serum. The bottom line is if you miss a week or two, don't beat yourself up. Just pick back up when you can breathe. Other ideas, you can layer a couple of oils. You can snag a recipe off the Young Living blog and just monkey around with it. You can make it a point each week or each month to use an oil you've never used before. Most of what I learned never came from aromatherapy school. It came from getting the oils on my body and on the bodies of my friends and family. And it came from being around people who just loved oiling. It came from trying their new ideas, and it came from listening to their stories. I have to believe that this is exactly how the knowledge of oils was passed along in biblical times. It wasn't from experts with all sorts of degrees. It was human to human, mother to daughter, friend to friend. So you learn to oil by being connected and by listening. So here's your homework action steps. I want you to be deliberate about oiling. And it may seem too simple, but just utilize the tips given in the class. Place the oils where you'll use them. Pick any 5 oils you own and put them on where you won't forget to get them on your body. Put them in your way, deliberately in your path. Research. So read books, use Google, ask questions, join groups. Don't stop learning. Stop feeling like you have to know it all because that one thing is keeping you from oiling. And I would tell you just keep playing. So thank you for your time. Thank you for allowing me to teach you on Fearless. I hope you guys like this PowerPoint. We're going to pause for a second here and I'm going to go to slideshow and make this full screen. And we're going to talk about the apply it section of the script book for just a minute. So I'm going right into the Oiler Edition script book. And if I go to Essential Oils 106, how to play with your oils, at the very, very back of every script, there is an entire apply it section where we go through line by line. And I just give you some ideas on what to do with this. So this class is a doozy. It is actually the longest class in the entire script book. And if you read it in a few sections to your team, don't be dismayed because there's no wrong way to share this information. The book was meant to be digested bit by bit like a bag of chocolate chips because it's because it's 150 years of foundational aromatherapy. I went through 10 reference guides and compiled all the information to make sure it was easy to access. So now let's apply it. So what about some loyalty rewards ideas? Some things that you can do to really start playing with some of the stuff in this script. Number 1, load up on oil supplies. So grab some V6 as a carrier. Go get the Thieves cleaning bucket or vegetable capsules. Those are the 3 highest use items in my home. I literally used all 3 of those today. Snag an extra diffuser. So my personal favorite diffuser is the Rainstone, but the Aria is a pretty close second. Consider some extra carriers on the Young Living website. So you can add your own oils to any of these. Everybody thinks, oh, it's just fractionated coconut oil, or it's only the massage oils I can use, or really only V6 because it's oils neutral, right? It doesn't have any essential oils in it. No, there's actually a lot of other carriers in the Young Living arsenal, like Rose Ointment, Genesis Hand and Body Lotion. That is one of my favorite carriers. Animal Sense Ointment. Everybody forgets about that one. It's so good. Cool Azul Pain Cream, CBD Beauty Boost. We now have those CBD oil bases as well with the spring product launch. So those are phenomenal carriers that you can use to create your own concoctions. And then stock up on some of the oils from this lecture that are not in the starter bundles. So what are some of the oils that we talked about in the full Fearless class? You got geranium, energy, pine, Christmas spirit, clove, nutmeg, orange, lime, basil, ginger, fennel, spearmint, cinnamon bark, rosemary, thyme, black pepper, marjoram, joy, brain power, abundance, sandalwood, myrrh, eucalyptus blue, eucalyptus radiata, grapefruit, oregano, dorado azul, vanilla, which just came back in stock, cardamom, and ylang ylang. So I just give them a couple of ideas at 190, 250, and 300 PV. 250, I'd recommend getting the Feelings Kit. And at 300 PV, spruce up your use of internal oils with the Vitality Culinary Kit. Or a pro tip, go get the DIY box. That's actually my favorite tool in the entire Young Living Virtual Office for just having a little fun and really playing with your oils. And then there's 2 action steps at the end of this script. So, you know, we really fleshed it out with the workbook, but I give them just 2 steps in the script book. So here are the 2 things that I recommend. Be deliberate about oiling. It might seem overly simple, but utilize some of the tips in the lecture and place oils where you will use them. In fact, I want you guys to do it right now. I want you to grab an oil that's in front of you or any oil that you own and put it on your body. And then I want you to pick 5 oils and put them where you cannot forget to use them. So put them next to your nightstand at night, put it by your shoes where you walk in, put it in your kitchen. So remember to drop it in your water if it's a Vitality oil. So like deliberately place some things before you go to bed tonight. I want you to pick 5 oils and put them right next to where you would use them. So tomorrow morning, you're oiling with intent and purpose. One of my favorite things to do is actually to put them in the pockets of my coat or to put them in my purse. I always turn around. I'm like, oh, I don't have any oils with me. And then I put my hand in my pocket. I'm like, aha, Valor oil. Yep, I always need this one. With Northern Lights Black Spruce is a very close second. So both of those are just wonderful, wonderful oils. And then research, just research. So most of what I learned did not come from certifications. It came from hearing stories, just like the stories in the script book, and then trying some of it out. So for instance, I had a pretty bad headache this week, and I always stay hydrated, so I know it's not a hydration issue. I commented on social media about my headache, and another Young Living friend, I would never have thought about using mineral essence. I have read hundreds of books on aromatherapy, and I have never read anything about minerals and headaches. So I tried it, and that mild headache was gone in 3 minutes. So sometimes I just think the Lord supernaturally places what you need right where you need it, if only you'll pick it up. So use Google, put a post up on social media if you're stuck on something, use the books you have at your fingertips. Stop feeling like you got to know it all, because that's the thing that's keeping you from oiling. I just want you to play, just play around. So now we are going to have a little bit of fun. I'm kind of excited about this. Let me get out of my apply section here. There we go. I'm gonna pop back over on social media and take a look at what you guys are telling me. We're gonna do a couple giveaways. And no, I don't want that open. Let me go over here. There we go. See if it disappears. Oh no, I've got to mute myself. And there we go. All right. So I can see your guys' name the mineral again, Mineral Essence, which is a product that Young Living has that is just amazing. It was absolutely amazing. Yeah, Laura says, I just used Mineral Essence recently for a headache. Mineral Essence for headaches. I know. And now I did take like 5 or 6 dropperfuls. So, but it's just great stuff. So keep coming back each day for boot camp. And it doesn't matter if you guys don't catch every single night of this. We're collecting these videos. We're putting them up on my website. So you can click on Fearless and go back and rewatch the stuff that you've missed. You can listen to it as a podcast. You're never late. And anytime you bring your leaders on this page or you're bringing your team on this page, they're getting this information too. They're going to go out and order Mineral Essence, right? And add it to their orders as well. So if we have a class that does not go as long, one of the things, and I don't need to bleed into Wednesday to do product training with you guys. We're going to be focusing on the mini. So every Tuesday will be a class. Every Wednesday will be mini training and probably the apply it sections from the script book. And then every Thursday is going to be the workbook. So tomorrow I'm flying to New York, so I'm going to have to teach a class from my car, but I'm going to teach on the workbook for the Fearless class. And then next Tuesday, we're going to launch the Oils of the Bible class, which I'm pretty excited, super, super excited about. So let's take a love this mini because it's got every single one of the 25 classes in it. Not the full class, obviously, because you can't take 700 pages and get it in a little tiny mini, but it's got highlights. So the average person is going to walk away with 1 to 3 pieces of information from your class. This is great because now they're getting 7 to 10 pieces of information from your class instead. Do I take Mineral Essence straight or mix it with something? Dearest, it's a kick in the face. I'm not going to lie, it's rough, but I've had worse mineral supplements than this one. I really have. So I just put it in the dropper and just take it because anything you put it in, it's going to taste like minerals. So I just do it. So, all right, let's take a of the mini. Let me do giveaway. All right, I got to give away a couple of these minis. So Christy Packer, you just won 5 minis. Who else here? Let's see, Crystal Rose Sampson minis. And come on, keep talking to me, guys. Keep talking to me. Talk to me. Yeah, at least 7 to 10, exactly. Gay Nyberg, you just won 5 minis. Shannon Woods, you just won 5 minis. At Oil Ability with Sarah at gmail.com and tell my team that you won it. Sandra Kozich, Kozij, you just won 5 minis. It's mini marvelous. I love it. I'm gonna give away some more minis at the end of this. I'll give away minis every night I'm teaching on the mini because it's just fun, right? So let's jump into this and take a look. What is your new what is that person going to get when they're getting the mini? So let's just jump in. There's 4 sections to every single class. There's a remembering the class section where I just kind of give them some highlights of the class. And this serves 2 purposes. One is to help them remember what you taught. But number 2, it's to give them a little teaser of a 15 to 30 page comments in that class too, right? So they're going to take this home. They're going to read the stuff that you just taught, but maybe they keep flipping through and they look at the hair class and they're kind of interested in that and they read the highlights of it and now they write you and say they want to sit in a hair class. So it's pretty exciting. So there's a remembering the class section. This is going to be marketing you. There's a heart message, the why behind the training. We give them some ideas on what to order because sometimes people just need, hey, give me the item number and I'll go do it. And just really, really tight. So let's go remember the Fearless class together tonight. What makes Young Living a pioneer in the essential oils industry? And I want you to know this is new writing. It's fresh writing. It is not in the script book. It's not in the teacher's edition. It's not on the workbook. This was written just for the mini. And it's me sitting down, having like just a chat with your brand new oiler and just saying, listen, this is why this topic is important. This is why it matters. And this is how you change the behavior. You know, this looking for. So what makes Young Living a pioneer in the essential oils industry? Well, their distillation methods are copied globally. They're the first company to have over-the-counter products that are oils infused. They have more oils, over 200 singles and blends than any other company on the planet. They were the first to generate smart spectrum CBD. They were the first oils company to send an oil into outer space. Gary Young discovered Dorado Azul oil. Nobody ever knew that one existed. He was also the very first on the earth to. Before Young Living, essential oils were not distilled on a mass scale in the United States. Young Living was the very first large-scale essential oils company in the world. And now it has over 600 and 3,000 employees. So it's just a neat little thing that makes us different from everybody else. Fact number 2, without oils, your body's blood absorption rate of supplements is, but with oils, it's 86%. That study was conducted with the supplement multigreens. Another fact, what are 2 really good reasons to start cleaning out the cabinets in your home? Number 1, the stuff that's in your cabinets is toxic and you don't want to bring icky ingredients inside. And number 2, even products that might be relatively good are not oil infused. So your body's not assimilating. How often should you use oils? every single day and as much as you possibly can. All right. Microphone is not working properly. It's telling me my microphone's not working properly. Can you guys hear me a little bit better? Let me see. I'm gonna go get my software developer husband and find out if my mic, it's showing my mic is okay. Audio's broken up, you're frozen. All right, stay right there, guys. I will go get my husband. All right, well, let's see if our reboot fixed it or not. Can you guys hear okay? We hear you. Audio keeps going in and out and then back. All right, tell me if you guys can hear or not. I am not muted. Frozen again, can't hear, frozen again. We keep losing the audio. All right. It's telling me that my levels are okay. It's better now. Okay. All right. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. All right. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay and we're doing all right and I can wrap up. Hearing better now, hearing good now. Okay. All right. We're at the end. We're like 10 minutes. So hopefully we're clear. But all right. So one reason you shouldn't fear oils, sound and video are off time. Sound clear? All right, guys, just close your eyes and don't look at my face and I'm going to wrap up. I'm going to wrap up here because I don't want you to miss this. So one reason that you shouldn't fear the oils, hey buddy, it's telling me my microphone, I have a teenager and teenagers are good. All right, I can hear and see you again now. It's working now. Okay now. Oh, you know why it's working? I just watered my garden.
I double watered your garden.
Do you know why it's working? Because a teenager walked in the room and so therefore all technology should work. I want your oil shelf. Yeah. Oh, you guys are the best. All right, let me refresh this and just make sure we're good. It said that my microphone was having problems, Noah, and this is my 14-year-old son. You guys can say hi, Noah. He's amazing. All right. Oh, thank you for the tag, Sandy. Sandy, I'm going to send you 10 minis, all right, for all the people that you just tagged. Yay, because a teenager did it. Oh, frozen again. Voice and picture not synced. Yeah, I love this live. I know. I'm so sorry. Such a beautiful face. Can't ignore that. They have the secrets. They really do, right?
Wait, where does it say that?
Noah's a cutie. Oh, everybody loves you. He says,
where does it say that?
It said that my stuff wasn't synced. Is there other people on the internet right now, like playing games and stuff? No.
Even if that was our internet can handle that.
Your son is cute. Hi, Noah. Hi, Noah. Hi, Noah. Yeah. All right. Well, while he's checking some things out, but don't end my Zoom or that'll be a problem. While he's checking some things out, I can see your guys's comments. I'm just going to keep going because I don't want to, Noah, thank you for helping your mom. Oh, my daughter says he's cute. Oh, no, daughters. He's not allowed to date till he's 16. He's grown. Yes, these are Trina Holden's earrings.
I'm a tall boy now.
No, I know. He's getting so big.
I'm taller than her. She's short.
All right. Everybody says it's way better. So whatever you did, it's good. Maybe stay on the bed for like 10 minutes. I'm like, don't go away, Noah.
I just switched the speaker to the
all right. He said my volume just went up. The sound just got louder. All right. I'm going to get through this quickly because with people becoming sick or dying from their use, despite millions of young living oil oils daily, using them topically, and you are storing oils because it helps to block the sunlight, which can deteriorate the effects of oil over. Guys, we just lost my sound and now it's totally gone. Bring Noah back. He needs to come back. Bring him back. No, audio isn't good. Audio isn't good. You're frozen again. Something's up with our internet here. I'm not sure what's going on. In and out, freezing on off again. All right. Sound keeps mute. Well, we'll finish the training on the mini tomorrow. And if you can hear me, everybody's like, bring Noah back, bring. My son is asking if Noah likes right. No sound again. I am so sorry, guys. I will pick up tomorrow with the rest of the book. Thank you so much for getting on. All right. I love you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.